life with Tao. Suffering just a shadow of ego. Suffering is just a shadow of ego. Although we are grown up, we are adults, we consider ourselves grown up, but we are all like that child who is fighting with suffering, anxiety, anguish, and trying to disperse them. Like a child trying to catch hold of the shadow. Like a dog on a sunny winter morning, feeling the warmth of the sun, is trying to catch hold of his tail. We are all like that child who is fighting with suffering, anxiety, anguish, and trying to disperse them. And just as dog can never be victorious in trying to catch his tail, or like a child who considers shadow as real and trying to catch hold of the shadow and cry, so too, as an individual, you are trying to overcome suffering. You are fighting with your suffering, anxiety, anguish, and trying to disperse them. You can never be victorious. You can never be victorious because it is not a question of strength. The whole effort is absurd, impossible. You must catch the self, the ego. And once you catch it, suffering suddenly disappears because it was a shadow of ego. So you consider suffering, anguish, anxiety as a problem that you are facing, and for that you visit doctors, you visit clinics, you go for various things, and you blame the other, that it is because of you my life is miserable. The husband blames the wife, and wife blames the husband, that all my problems, all my suffering, all my anxiety, all my tension is because of you. But you fail to recognize that you are the cause of it. You are the mirror where things are being reflecting, and when a situation arises, while you are relating with someone, the other becomes a mirror. Husband becomes a mirror for wife to see, and in the mirror you do not see the face of the other, you see your own face. So when a husband is relating to the wife becomes a mirror. Mirror is not doing anything, but you are seeing your own reflection. And you consider, and that not a matter of you, but everybody considers my problem is because of the other. And it has become a hackneyed word that life is tension, and everybody gives attention. A businessman says workers give tension, workers say that the employers give tension, customers give tension, This is tension, that is anxiety, that is, and because of the other I am suffering. Wife says the same thing, husband says the same thing. It is not a question of strength that you need to overcome this suffering, but the whole effort of trying to solve this problem of suffering, fighting, anxiety, anguish, tension is absurd and not almost, but indeed impossible. You must catch hold of the self, the ego, and once you catch hold of it, all suffering suddenly disappears. You realize it is because of the ego, it is because of the self. It was just a shadow. There are persons who start fighting with the self. It has been taught, disperse the self, be egoless, and you will be blissful. Once you are egoless, then you will be blissful. Now, ego is not something that exists, but appears to be existing, and you're trying to disperse it. That is not going to happen. But if you fight, you are still believing that there is something like self. There is something like self. There is something like ego that exists. Ego is the shadow. It appears to be. When the light falls and your form blocks the light from total manifestation, a shadow is formed. Your fight will give food. Your fight will give food to it. It will become energy giving thing to you. So when you fight gives you energy. You feel more energetic in fighting. But you do not realize that really you are losing the energy. And after the fight is over, while the fight is going on, the words are coming out like missiles or drones. You are getting the energy, but afterwards you feel tired, as if the energy is lost. This is what happens every time with the people. Just move. And how that can be possible? Because you are in the head, you are in the mind. You think that it is the other, it is the wife, it is the husband that are giving me the problem, it is the children that are giving me the problem. When you are interacting with husband, wife becomes a mirror to mirror you. When husband becomes the mirror for you to look at your own face. In relationship, you can see where are the ugly spots in you, and then how can clear those ugly spots in that. Just as when we look into the mirror, we see that wrinkles are here, there is the stretch marks or this or that, and so then you work on clearing those. So when you are interacting with someone, husband, wife, children, or employee or employer, or a person on the street, that person becomes the mirror for you to see where there are shortcomings in you and where you need to, what you need to work on to be in a state of blissfulness. Not that you think and you live in this illusion that other is the cause of the misery, but it is not. It is the shadow of your ignorance. It is the shadow of ego. So how an ego, the seat of the ego is the mind. Seat of the ego is the mind, not the heart. That is why it is said there is a space above the heart, a space below the heart, Above the heart is ego, below the heart is passion. And heart itself is a space. So all the entire process is from moving from the head to the heart. Just change, and then you change the standpoint. So when you move from the head to the heart, your standpoint of looking at the things is changed. You have a different standpoint, to a deeper standpoint of the being, and the whole thing changes because now you look from a different perspective. Everything you look at it from a different perspective. From the heart there is no ego. There is love. There is overflowing. We confuse between head and heart. When, despite the fact that other is getting angry with you and other is becoming, you think that other is the cause of the misery, suddenly you think that we are all maybe a stranger at this time, but we are not separate from one another. We are living on the same energy. The breath that comes out of me becomes the in-breath for the other. And the outgoing breath from the other becomes my breath. So you are breathing the other. Both are breathing one another. Both are eating the same food. But the door through which the food is going into the stomach are different. The processes are same, but the food is the same. Same food gives a total nourishment to one, and the same food gives bloating to the other. Is the food the problem? No, it is you who are the problem. So when you look at the things from this perspective, from the heart there is no ego. Because of this, we have become afraid of the heart. We never allow it to have its own way. We remain always moving around the mind. We never allow it to have its own way. We always interfere with it. We always bring mind into everything where mind is not necessary. We try to control the heart through the mind. It is the culture of the heart that should be dominant factor than the culture of the mind. But we live our lives totally opposite in a different manner. We try to control the heart through the mind because we have become afraid. If you move to the heart, you lose yourself, you lose your control. You will lose your dominance. Heart does not dominate anything. If in a relationship, just introspect. In the relationship, when you are relating to a male person or a female, and you are interacting at the moment out of love, there is nobody is trying to dominate one another. There is meditativeness, there is a joy. You can experience this in your relationship as male, female, or interacting with someone. If you move to the heart, you lose yourself, and losing yourself is like a death, the death of the ego. And this losing is just the death. Hence, we are incapable of love. There is a fear of falling in love. So what happens? Husband and wife, they fall in love with one another. I have not fallen in love, but I have risen in love and realized a simple thing. We are meditating, we are looking at each other, nothing else, nothing doing. I am looking at you, you are looking at me. And in that, we are not falling. Nobody is trying to dominate the other. Instead of falling in love, you are rising in love. You try to do this. How? Let's say you sit in front of the mirror, keep on looking into your eyes, thinking the other is your spouse, thinking that the image that is there in the mirror is your spouse. Keep on looking into that. So you are becoming, by looking at your own face, into your own eyes, you will continuously looking into, you are going into the depth of your innerness. You realize that you are not mind, but you are the heart. That is the gazing meditation. At times, I introduce this meditation when someone, male or female, comes for the meditation. Just keep on looking into each other's eyes. So, in the beginning, at times, you will not be able to look into my eyes because you see your own shortcomings, and so mine may come in or something. Then a moment comes in, then you realize that suddenly there is a change of perspective. The other is not other. It has totally different. Something greater than greater than you grips you at that moment and takes possession of you. Then what happens? You do not know where you are moving. This is what happens in most of the time when you are guided by the head. And it is said, don't be fooled, move with reason, don't be mad. But whenever someone is in love, everyone thinks he is mad. He himself thinks that something has gone crazy. Why am I not in my senses? Why does this happen? Because now there is no control. Something is happening that cannot be controlled. And you cannot manipulate. Rather, something is manipulating him. A greater force has taken over him. He is possessed by love. You are looking into the eyes of your spouse. Your spouse is looking into your eyes. Suddenly you will realize that there is no reason, there is nothing, a kind of madness happened. Both of you are possessed. But unless you are ready to be possessed, there can be no God for you. No God for you. Unless you are ready to be possessed, there is no mystery for you. Your life will remain a mystery. When husband and wives, they are angry with one another, they cannot look into each other's eyes. The moment they start looking into each other's eyes, there is a danger. But nobody is aware of it, that they are going to be possessed. A moment will come when they will realize of their inner depth. So, they will not look into. You realize when you are angry with someone or fighting with someone, you do not look. Very rarely you look. And the moment you look into, and then you move away. Unless you are ready to be possessed, there is no God for you. Unless you are ready to be possessed, there is no mystery for you, no bliss, no benediction, no harmony. One who is ready to be possessed by love, by prayer, by the cosmos, means one who is ready to die as an ego. When I ask you to look into your own eyes, or in the eyes of your spouse, or in the eyes of your beloved or the master, you simply move from the head to the heart. This is the movement from head to the heart, is the death of ego. Only that one can know that life, only that person can know what life is, what life has to give, what is possibly, what is possible that once you thought that life is a bliss, immediately becomes reality for you. You must yourself at stake first. This is beautiful. It does not say anything about your ego. It does not say anything about it. It simply gives you a technique that if you follow the technique, the ego will have disappeared. Just keep on looking into the eyes of one another or your own eyes. So enough for now, until we meet again with another or another live streaming.